Well, I got to pull a wing off my airplane, I think I've said that before, and recover it. I'm going to do that up here in the basement. So I've been working on getting all the junk that I've got up here fixed up so I can get it moved out of the way and make enough room here to bring that wing in here and work on it. I've got everything just about ready to go. The last thing is getting casters put underneath that 12-inch lathe so I can swing it around in here and get it over so that it's out of the way. Gives me some more floor space out here, floor room out here. Well, I've got it just about ready to do that. I've got casters on 2 angle iron pieces to put underneath it, but I need the casters for 2 more angle iron pieces. Well, I've got to wait for those to get mailed to me, so while I'm waiting for those to get shipped here, I might as well work on some other things. To work on those wings, or the wing, it's got to set up on sawhorses. Then you strip the fabric off of it, clean the wing all up, turn it over from top to bottom and stuff, and inspect any parts that need to be repaired or replaced and things like that. Like I said, generally you just set them on a couple of sawhorses. Well, I've got lots of sawhorses, but they're all standard sawhorses that I bought, and they're about 36 inches long or so, and so I want some that are a little bit longer to give me more support on that. And I also want wide tops on them so that there's plenty of support on it, so it's not sitting on any narrow spots. And it's good to have them wood. In fact, it might even be better to get some carpet or something like that to put on them. And I might check with a flooring company here and see if they've got any carpet scraps that I can use to put on them. Otherwise, I can use some blankets or towels or something like that. So that's the project I'm working on now, is to make some sawhorses, workhorses. I want to make it about 48 inches long. The wing is just about 6 feet wide, and then you want to be able to have a good work surface to work on at a good height. And generally the tables that I work on are about 32 to 36 inches, 34 inches tall, something like that. But that wing is about 8 inches deep, so we might want it a little bit lower to bring the top of the wing up to a comfortable level to work on. Well, anyway, I'm going to make up some workhorses, and I've got an idea in mind. I looked online and saw some guys that made different ones, different styles of them and stuff, and I come up with a style that's pretty easy to do, and I'm going to modify it to my own use. Actually, everybody that's build them out of 2x4s, but I'm going to make them out of 2x6s. So I just went down to my wood pile, my wood drying shed, and dug out some 8-foot long yellow cedar 2x6s. I'd cut these a couple years ago, planed them all down and everything, and with the intent of using them for the deck on my porch on the house. And then my wife wanted to change the design on the deck and wanted it 10 feet instead of 8 feet, and I don't have a board stretcher, so these got stuck in the drying shed and I had to cut some more. These have been in there for a few years awaiting a project, and they're beautiful yellow cedar boards. I hate to cut them up to use them for sawhorses. I'd rather have some Doug fir or spruce or something like that, but I don't have any handy to get out to do that with, so these have just been sitting around, so I guess I'm going to dig these out and make some sawhorses out of them. So anyway, they've been cut for several years and stickered and dried and stuff like that, and then been out in the woodshed for a while. But it's pretty damp out there, and they're kind of damp, so I brought them in here. I'm going to stand them up here overnight and let them dry out a little bit, warm up a little bit with a heater and the air dryer and stuff, and get them dried out a little bit before I start working with them. And then I'll start butchering those up and try to make something usable out of them. UPS came by a few minutes ago and dropped off a couple packages, and one of them was my new camera. Anyway, this is it. Now I've got what's supposed to be a pretty nice video camera here, a Canon, but I've been having trouble with the autofocus on it lately and a couple of other things. The audio fades in and out. I saw these on Amazon on sale, and it was pretty cheap. It was less than $100. Well, I thought I'd give it a try. I didn't put much faith in it, but I thought I'd give it a try. And I was actually pretty surprised so far. I mean, it came in this padded bag, and this is nicer than the bag that the Canon came in. It's padded, got a couple compartments in it for all the pieces and stuff. It's a really thick, nice bag. The camera looks almost like the Canon, a little smaller. Haven't tried it out yet. this Canon didn't come with a remote, and this little camera comes with a remote, and it comes with a 32 gig SD memory card. And then I'm not sure what this thing is. It also comes with a wireless mic. I don't know how well that's going to work. And the battery, of course, and battery charger. Now this battery looks almost identical to the ones, let's see if I can get it out of there now. One's for the oh, it's got a little tag on it. Looks almost identical to the one for the Canon, but I just compared the two of them, and this has a different pattern here for the outlets on it, and the charger is a little different pattern on it. Well, I'll go ahead and get the battery charged up, and we'll give it a try. Well, it doesn't have threads here on the lens, so I can't put a different lens on there. That's one of the things about the Canon. It's the lens is threaded on it, and I'm able to put adapters on there. Right now I have a wide angle adapter on there. Also got a polarizing adapter that I put on when I go outside to like do fish and stuff like that in the water, and telephoto adapter and things like that. Well, that won't work on this little camera, but we'll see how well it does for just doing video stuff around here, all my little things in the house here, in the basement here and stuff. Without a wide angle lens on it, it's probably might not be too good. I don't know. Well, it helps to hit the record button, I guess, and have good batteries. Anyway, I got the two workhorses done, and those are going to work out just great for what I need them for holding that wing up to work on. Well, I got the idea for those off of YouTube videos and some plans that I found on the internet, and they just had them take 2x4s, make an I-beam out of 3 2x4s like I did here, and then take 2x4 legs and stick up in there and screw them on. I modified that a little bit. I calculated out a bevel and cut a bevel on that bottom 2x4 for the I-beam, and then cut an angle, a bevel on the uprights on the legs, so they fit up in there a little tighter. Well, I'm happy with those. I think those are going to work out good for what I need. Okay, there's one good thing about this design, is they stack up together pretty good. All of my other sawhorses are metal ones that fold up and stuff to put away. These don't fold up, these stay steady, and so they're not going to come apart. They're not going to collapse on you in the middle of holding them, using them. Well, anyway, they do stack up like that so that they don't take up near as much room. So that's one of the good things about them. Now these are a lot heavier than they would be if they were made out of 2x4s. A yellow cedar is not nearly as dense a wood as, say for example, Douglas fir or hemlock even. It's denser than spruce though, and it's a heck of a lot heavier than red cedar or redwood, so they're pretty heavy duty, pretty heavy sawhorses. Anyway, that's all I need is just two of those. I'll stick those out, spread those out, and set the wings on them, and then we'll be able to work on the wings. That's kind of the only thing that is left for here in the basement, other than putting casters underneath that 12-inch lathe. So I guess the next things that I've got to do is to go down into the hangar and start getting ready to take that wing off. We'll see how that goes. The weather's changed here. We did have record high temperatures 3 days ago, up to 50 degrees, but it's cooling back off again now. It's in the low 30s now. Wind blew about 30-40 miles an hour with maybe some higher gusts all night long, and we're starting to get snow spitting in. We had heavy rain, I think 1.5 inches of rain or something like that so far today, but there was snow spitting in with it. And the forecast says it's supposed to get cooler down into the mid-20s or so over the next few days, and we're supposed to start getting some snow again. So we'll see how that goes. I think at 25 to 30 degrees I can still work outside, but if it gets down to 0 again, that's going to be pretty tough working in the hangar with no heat.